Sometimes it's the little things that reveal the true state of our hearts. What do you call your wife? Is it just a name, or does it reflect honor, love, and understanding? In this deeply reflective message, Bro Gbile Akanni uncovers the spiritual weight behind the words we use in marriage. Listen carefully. This may transform your home.
Response. Focused definition. If you don't define your wife, your marriage will have no definition. If you will not give definition to the woman God has given you, your marriage also will never have a clear definition, and it will not have a clear destination. This is the bone of my bones, the flesh of my flesh. She shall be called. Who named the woman? Who named the woman? It is your responsibility to give your wife a correct identity. I am not talking about pet names, darling, honey. That's not what I'm talking about. And I'm not against it. But I'm talking of something more grievous. What do you call your wife? What do you call your wife before disciples? What do you call your wife in the midst of your church members? What do you call your wife in the presence of your relatives? What do you call her? But you see, what I wanted to talk about, I wanted to say, what did you call forth in her? Because when you give identity to a man, when you give a name to something, the name calls forth that personality. Sometimes small children, they try me. Small babies, small children. Some of my staff children, and I love them. Small children, 4 years, 5 years, 3 years. I see them. Maybe because they always see me on the television when their parents are listening to a message or something. So they always see Uncle Gbile. Are you understanding? So some of those children, one of the things they want to prove to their colleagues is that they know me and they know my name. And they'll be arguing with themselves, so they will not know that I'm hearing them say, I know you, that's Uncle Gbile, that's Uncle Gbile. Then one of them that is brave enough will just say, Uncle Gbile! And you know, when a 4-year-old call me like that, say, Uncle Gbile! It's not that he wants to greet me. He will call like that and he will run away and say, I got him. I call him by his name. I call him by his name. And of course, you know, when they call me like that, they are, even no matter what I'm doing, they have called something out of me. I will turn. I say, yes, I am. Come and shake me. Then he will bring that tiny hand and shake me. And you know, he will run and tell the mother, I saw Uncle Gbile, I shook him, I called his name. The mother will say, hey, you are not afraid. You call Uncle his name. Why do you do that? I say, is that not his name? I call him now. I call him now. Brother, what do you call your wife? What are you calling forth out of your wife? What are you releasing your wife to become? This is the bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. She will be called woman because she has been taken out of me. I say to say, anything you see in me, that's him. What you see me be, that's what she is. If you ever want to respect me, that's the person to respect. That's the one that is making me tick. That's the one that has helped me up. That's the one that fills my gaps. So when Patrick Ogbodo was giving his testimony yesterday with his wife, how he had to continuously define his wife to his people, to his parents, to his brothers, to his siblings. How he had to continuously redefine her.
Pause for a moment. As you're listening, ask yourself honestly, do my words build my marriage or slowly weaken it? Stay with this message. The next truths may help you correct what you never realized was affecting your home. And if this is a blessing to you, share it with someone who values godly relationships.
The mother and the father now know that if you are looking for a daughter, this is your own. Until they will no longer, what they could not tell other children, they would tell Christy and say, Ify, come, let me tell you something. What do you call her? What are you calling forth in your wife? What is it that you are expecting her to come up with? The response of the man. This is the bone of my bones and the flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman. Did you see that there's a because there? It said because she was taken out of man. It's not because of anything else, it's because she's me. It was in Genesis chapter 3 when the devil came and destroyed their marriage that the man was looking for a new definition. Did you see that the definition changed? The name changed in Genesis 3. Have you noticed that in Genesis 3 she said, and she will be called what? Eve. What is Eve? What is Eve? It was a terrible downgrading. Said because she was the mother of all living. As if to say she will only have identity if she has children. If she doesn't have a child, no identity for her. But in chapter 2, he said, this shall be called woman. She will bear my name because she's out of me. We're one. What do you call your wife? Some of you are in ministry, and I know that you have not called your wife properly. And you know what I'm talking about is not to say assistant GO. No. And I'm not asking you to go and introduce your wife and say, all of you in this church, this is your mother. This is that same woman that at home you shout upon. We are not talking about that. Don't go and do that kind of thing. It's a ridicule. While you are imposing your wife, other women are saying, what do hypocrite. Huh? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what value. So when Olulaji was speaking about how God began to put value upon joy in his heart, when God began to reintroduce his wife to him and said, do you know that the most valuable thing I'm putting in your life is this woman? You are not even qualified to have her. My wife was asking me, what were you reading? I ran back to the house and picked the book, No More Two. And I was looking at what I had to write. Many years ago. Because it just dawned on me again. So I went and said, did I write it like that? And I was smiling to myself. I said, it's true. What I said more than 20-something years ago, I'm still saying it today. I felt, when my eyes opened, I felt very, very unqualified to have God put such a treasure in my life. The day my wife told me that she's going to resign her job, I first wept. I said, what for? Will you not be redundant? Will people not say I cast spell on you? Everybody highly respect this doctor. One man came furiously to my house and said, you're a wicked man, you're a wicked man. I said, what have I done? I said, you took away this doctor that delivered us. What ministry are you talking about? What ministry are you doing? You're a wicked man. My wife will have died, if not because of this woman, your wife, that delivered her. My child will have been crippled, if not because of this woman that helped us. And you are saying that there's one ministry. What ministry is that? Wicked man. And before I could talk, he drove his machine and went away in annoyance. And I looked at my wife and said, you see, this is the kind of thing I'm going to be saying. No. She said, but they are not the one who brought me here. God brought me to help you. Don't think I'll be redundant. I'm resigning so I can pray for you. How can I have a whole doctor resign to do nothing, not to preach? She has never thought preaching was number one for her. I had to persuade her to preach. When I began to realize the need, she said, no, I'm all right.
Marriage is not sustained by feelings alone. It is sustained by understanding, honor, and intentional words. If this message has spoken to you, don't ignore it. Make the necessary adjustments today. What name or expression will you begin to use differently after hearing this message? Share in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who desires a Christ-centered home. May God strengthen your marriage and fill your home with peace.